This is Tom Dillon, the Lifetime Liberal, and today is Friday, August 2nd, 2019. The title of this rant is, "To Save Mother Earth, We Must Do More." So I wanted to bring up that there are some good things going on, but I also want to point out right at the beginning that U.S. officials are basically actively censoring press statements on climate change. So they're trying to say it's not there. It's there, and we're making strides. Just a few of those things. From January to June 2019, Scotland produced enough wind power to provide all of the electricity for every house in Scotland 2 times over. Now that didn't include businesses, but that's a tremendous example of how the government, working with private industries, can enact a meaningful change. And it's not being done on the federal level in this country, but on the state level. We're seeing that Maine, after they got rid of this one crazy governor, it has enacted that they will get 80% of their renewables by 2030, which is only 10 years away, and 100% by 2050. New York State has signed a law saying that they're going to get 70% by 2030 and 100% by 2040. Those seem to be very optimistic, but you know what else? Maybe it's going to happen, maybe it's not. Also, offshore wind production is going to be ramping up on the eastern shore from, let's say, the East Coast, from Rhode Island down to the Virginias, as thousands of megawatts of wind power are going to be brought online. So also, two other quick things. In Ethiopia, the other day, they planted 350 million trees in a day, because right now they have approximately less than 4% of their country is forested, whereas at the turn of the century, in 1900, approximately 35% of the country was forested. Again, another working relationship between private business and the government to try and make things better. And in Malaysia, they are planting not mango, but they're planting trees on the shorelines there to protect it from typhoons, etc. They're planting them by drones. So again, these are things that are actively working to help the environment, and we must get more from our federal government. Just one other thing, the amount of solar in Florida went from 43 megawatts in 2015 up to the end of this year will be approximately 860 megawatts. Again, in the United States, this is being done almost strictly at the local and state level. It's not being done by active participation of the federal government. We need that active participation. We know that banking, investment, hedge funds, venture capital, they're waiting for the federal government to step on the gas because they have plenty of money to do that. Many endowments are accessing their money and putting it in renewable investments. So this really is the way for the future. There can be a lot done, but there still needs to be more done, and we need to have that active participation of the federal government helping spur innovation, increase growth in these areas. It can be done, and it needs to start now.